What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to Kamikaze. My name's Q. Today I just want to have maybe a quick little chat about Spider-Man, the new movie coming up, No Way Home. Just some thoughts that I had on what we might see and what might lead into, and my thoughts are strictly based on what I think the marketing machine is kind of developing around this movie and around other movies and TV shows that we have. It may sound kind of far-fetched, but I just wanted to kind of present my ideas. That being said, these are just my ideas. There is no validity to this, just pure speculation on my part, but I just kind of wanted to make this quick little video about it and just kind of get it out there. So let me start with the tie now between let's say comics and TV and movie. So in 2019, Kevin Feige became the chief creative officer for Marvel. So what does that mean? That means he also is in charge of comics and all things that are related to the movies and TV in terms of merchandising, toys, etc. So this kind of got me thinking of the stuff that's being made and released in conjunction with what we're getting offered in the comics specifically. I'm not going to really talk about the toys or anything kind of else. So I started thinking about, what new releases we're getting. And let me kind of start with, I'm going to start with Loki. And yes, the introduction of He Who Remains, Kang, Immortus, etc. So this was presented to us, and the timelines are kind of skewed right now because of COVID and whatnot. So I'm assuming when everything was kind of planned, there were specific timelines for it. So out of Loki, we got Kang. This is my Avengers 8, 1964. This year we also got, and it's since 1964, we got Kang in his own solo version in the comics. So that kind of got me thinking, like, there might be more of a connection. We also got, in terms of Spider-Man, we got the Sinister War series. So now that we've seen the trailer, and I'm not saying that we're getting the Sinister Six, but there's definitely elements of it that are happening. So this got me thinking, what is going to be happening in this movie? So it seems that there's going to be a fracture, the multiverse is evolving, and something has happened in this movie between Doctor Strange and Spider-Man. That's a given. And we can all kind of agree that the Doctor Strange that we're seeing, there's something kind of off, there's something that's kind of unsettling. So there could be something at play where something else is manipulating the situation. People are saying Mephisto. We could get Nightmare possibly in terms of interfering. We could also be getting maybe Mysterio coming back. I'm not sure. Something is interfering and wanting to get into this thing to happen with the multiverse in terms of Peter and Doctor Strange and moving forward. So my thoughts are, something is occurring, and now we're getting different universes colliding. We're seeing, Doc Ock coming in from, he was in the 2004 Spider-Man. We're seeing Goblin from 2002. We're seeing Lizard from 12, and these are speculations as well. We're seeing probably Electro from 2014. So we are seeing all these elements being pulled in. I think that is being presented to us because we know those things, so they're very familiar to us. Are we going to get Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire in this? I'm not sure, but are we going to get elements of that? It seems that way. We're going to be getting the villains from that, but I think we're being presented that because that's familiar and we can identify with that. So my other thinking is, again, with this whole sort of peripheral marketing, this whole sort of other material that's being produced that kind of goes along with it. And again, I'm thinking because we got Kang, we got the Solo series, we're getting Sinister War, Spider-Man stuff is kind of happening. So here's the weird part and the crazy part. It is now the 10th anniversary of this guy. To be exact, I think it was August 3rd was the anniversary. And the Spider-Man movie that is going to be happening was supposed to happen on July 16th, so it's supposed to come out before this anniversary. So my thinking is this is the perfect setup to introduce a live action Miles Morales. I think it's the perfect time to bring in that character, and I think that's being set up for us with all the stuff that's familiar with us. I think that's being set up because we know all these other elements. We're like, yeah, we know this, we know that, we know whatever. So in bringing Miles in from another universe would just make complete sense because we see the other universes kind of colliding. How it's going to happen, I'm not 100% sure, but it just kind of makes sense that this would be the perfect way to kind of lead up to that. Is Tom Holland going to be continuing as Spider-Man? I'm not sure. Did he say this is going to be his last movie? Possibly. But are we going to get Miles in the future? For sure. Like, I mean, it's just kind of the beginning with it. So I really feel with all this kind of stuff happening, and now the special editions, and I'll post a couple and post-edit some of the special editions, the crossovers of Miles with some of the other series. I think there's one Thor with Iron Man, whatnot, some cool covers. There's just all this stuff that's kind of happening in conjunction at the same time. So my thinking is, you know, we're going to see all the stuff from the Sinister Six. Are we going to see it played out the way we think it is? I'm not 100% sure. We're going to see some of those characters for sure. We saw the trailer. It was going to happen. Are we going to see something about Miles? For sure. I really feel this is the perfect time to kind of bring that into play. There was a scene in, I'll throw up the still, there was a scene in the trailer where Peter is in the suit that we see from 2002. So people are saying that he's maybe embodying the old Spider-Mans and bringing back those old villains. But there was a scene where we see a woman in a car. People are saying that could be Miles' mother. I don't know. Again, all of this is just pure speculation. I don't know, but I'm just kind of thinking, and my thinking is based on all the other stuff that Kevin Feige is in charge of, that being in comics. So he's the creative officer for all comics. So it only makes sense that in this 10-year anniversary that we get introduced to a live action Miles. It would just make perfect sense in terms of like all the multiverses kind of happening. So, and again, I think that's being presented with everything else that we've seen from all the movies going back to 2004 with Tobey Maguire, with Andrew Garfield, and it's all familiar to us, so it makes sense, and we're seeing all this stuff. So again, when and if we do get presented with Miles, then it would make sense. It would be like, oh, I see all these universes kind of colliding. Oh, this is the new one that's coming in. How it's going to end, I don't know. Is that going to lead into a new movie with Miles? I don't know. Is it just going to be in a post-credit scene? Possibly. But these are just kind of ideas that are kind of rattling around in my head. And again, it's purely based on all the stuff that's kind of happening. I'm like, We got Kang and Loki. We got the first Kang solo series since 1964. He was kind of like, I'm not saying he was a B-tier villain, but he wasn't, in the forefront. But now we're making him in the forefront. He's got his own solo series. So it just makes sense to me that in this year, where we have the 10-year anniversary of such huge character with the younger crowd, including myself, I'm a fan of Miles. So going into this 10th year, it would just make complete sense that we get this this crossover, this reveal, moving from the animated series into a live action. I should have remembered the name of the kid actor from Stranger Things. I guess he's being fan casted into this. Is it going to be Miles? I don't know. Is it going to be somebody else? I don't know. Is it going to happen? I don't know. These are just some of the thoughts that I had rattling around in my head. I'll put up in post edit. I'll put up a picture of the actor from Stranger Things, and I'll put a picture of the fan art that people are doing. Anyways, this is just my thinking, and it's purely based on a bit of the economics of it, of what Kevin Feige might be thinking in terms of presenting something in the movies and having all that material afterwards for us to consume, and that being and again, just looking at the comics. So are we gonna get Miles? I don't know. Again, just some of my thoughts alone. There's no information to back this up. There's been no interviews and whatnot. I just wanted to kind of present this and kind of give my interpretation. There's a lot of people that have been presenting all kinds of theories, so I just thought I would make this quick little video and just kind of present this. So yeah, that's all I have for today, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you can leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're seeing these for the first time. I appreciate it. Leave a message. I'll put my Instagram contact below. Shoot me a message. I always like to chat and be interactive with the community. So yeah, that's all I have for today. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and we will chat soon. Cheers.